Welcome to the video. Today we will be discussing a very important topic. Is ketamine a superfood? Let's get into it. Now, one might alright, we're gonna okay, and okay. Alright, there we go. So you might be wondering, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is a superfood? What the fuck is ketamine? If you don't know what ketamine is, you're lost. Oh my god, I gotta lock in. So obviously, ketamine, it's a drug. You feel me? And people do drugs. You feel me? So we're gonna be talking about the drug ketamine. Um, there's many reasons as to why one might come to believe that it is a superfood. When some people do ketamine, they say it's a very great experience. You know what else people say is a great experience? Being healthy. You know how you be healthy? You eat superfoods. You know, a superfood? Avocado. Who the fuck be eating avocado toast that ain't healthy? I don't know. I don't know who be eating that ain't healthy. You feel me? Anyways, ketamine. So you fucking snort it. Woo! I would personally say, it makes you feel like a gummy worm. How else are you gonna get that effect without some sort of super effect? You know? And one might say, oh, food, you gotta eat it. Nah, you could snort food. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Fun Dip, candy, some people snort it. Does it do anything? I don't know. You know what does do something? Ketamine. You know, my friend, I got a friend. He takes ketamine a lot. All the time, probably. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. But, he loves ketamine. And I'd say he's a perfect example of a healthy human living the healthy lifestyle. Natural. All natural. Is ketamine natural? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's synthetic. Should I have done more research before making this video? Maybe, but, am I even allowed to talk about ketamine like this on YouTube? I don't know. But that's why it's the first video, the test video. And, a lot of people do ketamine sometimes. And, when they snort it up their nose, they get high. And if you snort too much, you can K-hole. But that's actually what we're going to be focusing in on. I believe that a true K-hole can turn a normal human into a super humanoid specimen. Through the power of ketamine, that you may be able to become a superhuman, and that would be pretty great, wouldn't it be? So I may provide some lab tests, in the description, something like that. I've been working on some stuff, but that's down the line. We're not really going to be discussing that today. But just know I got stuff in the works. I'm going to be proving everything I'm saying right now. I probably should have just done the gameplay in the background, because now I'm kind of just losing my train of thought here. Okay. 1 second. This might be an 11-minute video. They were supposed to be 10, but I'm getting lost. Should have wrote some notes or some shit. This is getting annoying. Ketamine. You fucking snort it. You feel me? And when you snort it, it's kind of like a crazy lit movie, and some people like to live a quiet life, but if you don't and you want to be a superhuman, why not take ketamine? Some people might say ketamine's the truth. I wouldn't go that far, but I would definitely say it's a superfood. makes you super awesome, and probably makes you super cool. And who wouldn't want to be cool? You know, and that's what's so great about drugs, you know? No, wait, they're not great. Drugs are bad, but we're talking about ketamine here, and you know, a lot of people are bad, but they're not evil. And I would classify ketamine, you know, well, I don't know if ketamine's a he, but I would say, you know, ketamine is also like that. You know, like, you know, they're not evil. You know, they're just bad people. They're not. Ketamine isn't a monster. You know, and if used correctly, I think it could ascend humanity, and the human race as we know it would be better if, you know, everybody just started snorting ketamine, because I truly believe it can awaken our third eye. We could gain even further consciousness, maybe on like a 60 plane. And doing that, you know, what you don't even know what that could result in, you know. We could end up flying, you know. We don't even know. And that's why I've been conducting research, you know, I've been doing some stuff on the side. And I truly believe that ketamine can save the world. The question is, does the world want to be saved? That's going to be a whole nother topic. I'm getting sidetracked here. But like, ketamine's awesome, you know what I mean? Like, no, imagine how that would sound on ketamine. It would be like, ooh, 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 ooh. It would be hella cool. Like, you'd probably be nodding your head and shit. You'd probably be having fun. And then you'd feel super good, probably, because it's a superfood, just like avocado, just like, I think spinach might be on there, maybe kale, some other green stuff of sorts, you know. Yeah, we could do the boss now, sure. And you know, that's really what's truly interesting about society is, you know, people view ketamine as this evil, horrible thing, but that's just because that's what society wants you to think. That's what the government wants you to think, the world government. That's what people don't even realize. They want you to think that because they don't want you to ascend into a true human, because you would be able to take down the government. And that is truly the threat of ketamine. And I don't know, they might try and take me down. Who's they? I can't answer that question here. You know, but, you know, they might take me down for giving this information out, but I truly believe once this information is out to the world, society as a whole will be better and safer. And we will live in a safer world through the power of ketamine. You might ask, how would ketamine make the world safer? You know, you might have to circle back and rewind the video, because I already was saying, you know, you might fucking get magic. You might do a bunch of ketamine and start fucking casting spells. And I really need water. And I honestly believe, well, I truly believe, that sounds a bit better. I'm not cutting anything out. I truly believe that ketamine is the future, and if you don't want to be passed up, if you don't want to be left behind, you better start doing ketamine. Because one day we're all going to ascend to higher beings, and you're going to be left in the dust, and you're going to be wondering, why didn't I do the ketamine? Why, when my friends told me to hit the vape, when my friends told me to hit the geek bar, why didn't I do it? That's peer pressure. You're going to want to give in every single time. And that's going to be a whole nother video. You know, when am I going to make the video? I don't know. Is this video going to ever get posted? I don't know. You know, but I'm just speaking my truth. And if the world wants to listen, I will keep talking. Unless they take me down. Who's they? Can't tell you. Restricted. Well, Today's been fun. Wait. Today's been real. Today's been fun. Today's been real fun. And, you know, I've really enjoyed talking about this superfood with all of you, whoever clicks on this video for some reason. But I just want you to know, I don't even know what I want. I just want you to know, if you're not doing ketamine, you might as well be doing methamphetamine, because your life is over. You gotta lock in. You know, this was a great first video. Probably said a couple way too many you knows and like and made some weird noises, but the content can only get better. And this was great. It was supposed to be 10 minutes long. Just kind of killed my entire thought process on the videos. But we're gonna change, and we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna keep going. I'm feeling good about this conversation with myself. I'm gonna keep talking. And I had way more stuff to say, but I definitely should have wrote down like a whole checklist, or this is really not good. So ketamine, bum bum bum, white stuff. You know, people call it horse trank. Does it really tranquilize horses? I've never seen it. Is it out there and you could probably easily find it and proof that it does? Yeah. I've never seen it. I need fucking health. Okay. But, you know, why use it on horses when it's so much better on humans? And you wonder, wow, horses are able to run so fast. Their muscles are so dense. They definitely have a fucking hammer. Why does this horse have a hammer? It's from the ketamine. They're giving these horses ketamine at a super high dosage and a high rate. If we were to do that to a human, what do we think would happen to the human? Whoa! Does that guy have 3 legs, or am I seeing things? That's what would happen. He would have a hammer. He would ascend. You know, superpowers. Maybe cast fireballs. Who knows? Nobody does. And that's why I'm going to be conducting this research and documenting it here on this very channel. You know, it's been a great video. I've had a fun time. And I may have to make a part 2 after my findings. I definitely will. Stay on the lookout for that. I should come up with a catchphrase or something. Jealousy killed the jaguar. That's my own shit. If y'all hear anybody saying that, they got it from me. Thank you for watching the video. If you stayed for the whole thing, comment Jaguar in the comment section.